Here at Marble Arch in central London to witness a live solidarity march by the Palestinians supporters and their outcry for certain basic human rights. We'll be marching to the Israeli embassy, witnessing what these public feel, how they are feeling, and how peacefully they want to portray a message about their basic living human rights. This is Sabia Khatun for VOD Talk at Central London. And so the march continues as we see the solidarity and the unity of all different races and beliefs of people here today from Hyde Park. This is due to the oppression and the dispossession, and which is faced by Palestinians for decades. Protests have been organized around the globe, around the country. The Israeli state's expelling around over 1,500 Palestinians from their homes in East Jerusalem so that Jewish settlers can move in. The move have been widely condemned across the world, with evictions being called illegal and even ethnic cleansing. Today, as you witness, people are marching in solidarity through London in protest. We will be asking them why they have come out today. Why are these evictions important to them? There is no doubt that the eviction in East Jerusalem, which the Israeli state is carrying out, are causing an immense outcry across the world. Today's demonstration is just the start of international protest. The Palestine Solidarity Campaign have started their marches in solidarity with people and countries across nationwide in UK. The Solidarity Campaign with Stop the War Coalition, Friends of Al-Aqsa, Palestinian Forum in Britain and Muslim Association of Britain, calling for justice for Palestine. Free Palestine. Palestine will be free. Hands of Al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa under attack. Gaza under attack. Public are condemning Israel and the security forces. Protests warming up by the Palestine Solidarity Campaign here in UK, in central London, with Stop the War Coalition, Friends of Al-Aqsa, the Muslim Association of Britain, and Palestinian Forum in Britain. Justice for Palestine, cry for basic human rights. march continues on their way to the Israel embassy here in London, in UK. We have all humankind here today, from babies to mothers, to fathers, to sons, daughters, grandparents, all ages, all colour, all races. There is no distinction between human race here today in solidarity for this protest. Almost coming out of Hyde Park now, and out very shortly near the Israel embassy. The uproar, the outcry of all these protesters, campaigners for Palestine's basic human life that everyone deserves. And the march continues in solidarity. No race, no religion, no color, no age, no gender has been spared here today on this solidarity march. The heartfelt, the passion, the feelings. People want the safety. People want to see the basic human life, to get the basic needs that everyone deserves. They march through Palestine, which is existing, resisting, and they want the return of a free Palestine, and they want an end to the Israeli occupation. Freedom for Palestine. The crowd's getting thicker, condensed. However, a very much peaceful protest is witnessed today. Calling for equality, equity, non-violence, and respect for diversity. The voicing of concerns of this oppression, which is operating in many different ways. Over 7 million Palestinians. Today, almost 2 million live as second-class citizens, comprising of more than 20% of Israel's population. They are subject to over 65 laws that discriminate against them because they are Palestinian. The march is calling for the end of the brutal military occupation that they are living under in the occupied Palestinian territories of the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and Gaza. Over 2 million Palestinians are governed under a discriminatory, unjust system of military law, facing home demolitions. The call is asking for their freedom of movement, which has severe restrictions. Chanting of free, free Palestine. No apartheid. Asking for equal rights. A very, very civilized march, as you can all see. More and more people are joining this march. We have witnessed even communities from the Jew have joined in for this peaceful protest in solidarity. This is what you call humanity. Palestinians enduring the discriminatory treatment and the systematic denial of their human rights. We have just passed Lancaster Gate here in central London on the way to the Israeli embassy in London. crowds gathering as we approach the Israeli embassy. Residents cheering from their balconies as the march passes by. Crowds being cheered on, support from balconies of people's homes. Here in London, everyone is in solidarity. Every humankind. We have the Jewish Network for Palestine here with a banner with "Just peace means equal rights for all. Stop arming Israel." Today, we witness where all international communities are equal, and they're asking for equal rights and respect. University and college unions of London region are here in support, which we witness. We have a banner that states "Diaspora Jews against the occupation of the Nakba," the catastrophe. March continues on Bayswater Road, heading towards the Israeli embassy, as further protesters join from left, right. What is meaningful? What does this mean for you today?
I suppose what this means more than anything is solidarity. We've been seeing such bias in the media, and there's nothing that we can do to make our voices heard apart from just come here together and just make our voices heard. Otherwise, we can't rely on the mainstream media to do that for us. So we're just here to make a statement and show solidarity with everyone in Palestine and Gaza.
How are you feeling? Maybe I could ask you, how do you feel today?
I'm feeling good. It's amazing to see so many people. I was just going to say, it's important for everyone to be here as well, because obviously what's happening in Palestine is terrible, but it's not new. It's been happening for 73 years. So it's good to see everyone, remembering that and coming out in solidarity.
Thank you. I mean, how are you feeling today? What brings you here?
I'm very euphoric today. There's over 100,000 people here in solidarity with the Palestinian cause. We are in it together. If Palestine is free, there will be no atrocities. There will be peace in that region. And it is our duty. It is our duty to come out today. And we are here. We are in our thousands here.
Thank you very much. You can share your thoughts for today while you're here. What's important?
Well, I think so. Me and my friends are here because we think that the UK government supporting, or at least not not opposing the Israeli movement is a bit of a joke, quite frankly. And we thought we'd show our support to Palestinians.
And how are you feeling? What do you think of the turnout today?
It's amazing, but there can always be more people, and I think just anyone who can get out here and support is just amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Brings you here today? What is important for you?
We're here for the Palestinians. We're being their voice today here. You know, we're here. They see us over here and they know that we're supporting them. And what's happening, you know, innocent children are being killed. And that's our holiest sight.
And we want the government to realise that we want to make a stand. We have a voice in this country.
What do you want the government to do here in the UK?
To make Israel realise that they can't get away with war crimes. They've got away with it for so many years, and yet they're doing it again and again and again. It's disgusting.
Thank you. There's no doubt with those views that few have shared that the evictions in East Jerusalem, which the Israeli state is carrying out, are causing an immense outcry across the world, across this whole protest in London. I just wanted to get your thoughts and views of what is valuable for you here today.
I think it was important to be here for the numbers to show that the world cares, really.
Okay. And what do you think the government should do?
Stop selling weapons to Israel.
Thank you very much. Just wanted to find out what is valuable here for you today.
It's to tell the truth about the background rather than just what's happening now. It's very important that people know the situation is a lot deeper than just what happened a few days ago.
And what do you think the government should be doing here in the UK?
Should be apologising first of all for the Balfour Declaration.
And also they should allow the boycott movement rather than opposing it, because that's our secret weapon. That's the only peaceful way of opposing the occupation.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Can I get a few of your thoughts of what is valuable for you here today?
The freedom of Palestine. You know, they're occupying the land. It's like the Nazis when they took over Belgium, France, and all those European countries. They think they have a right to it, which they haven't. It belongs to Palestine. That's it.
Well, what do you think the government should be doing here in the UK?
Sorry?
What do you think the government should be doing here in the UK?
They're not doing very much, are they? You know, to be honest with you. The trouble is, that you think about it, the Israelis for all the financial, the news, anything that's valuable, they own it, you know.
Thank you very much. If you would care to share your thoughts with us today.
Hi, we are here today to, have the solidarity with the Palestinian and the injustice is just Israeli army doing under Gaza and all the Palestinian. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The anger, the frustration, all in a march, a very peaceful solidarity march for freedom for Palestine. I'd like to share some thoughts of yourself today.
Well, I'm Irish living in London, and I'm here in solidarity with the Palestinian people who are being subjected to the type of oppression my people suffered for 700 years under the British, who obviously support the repression that the Israelis are now putting upon the Palestinian people. It's a disgrace and it has to stop.
What do you think the government should do here in the UK?
I think they should stop selling arms to Israel, for starters. And then they should put a voice in support of the Palestinian people. And Joe Biden needs to do the same if he's got the guts in America.
Thank you. Stay safe.
All right.
Well, all people from all over the country, you've just heard from someone from Ireland, come to voice their concern here today on this march, how and what the government should be doing here in the UK. It's the same message across the board to end this apartheid, to end this catastrophe. What are you feeling today?
I feel proud because finally people are noticing what's happening in Palestine. So I feel proud.
I feel like we're going to make a change. It's about time for these people's voices to be heard. They haven't been heard before, so we're going to make sure everyone can hear them today.
How are you feeling of the outcome?
Well, I mean, there's so many people. It makes me so happy to know that so many people are here together to stand together and support Palestine. Free Palestine and Israel as a terrorist state.
Thank you.
Well, we're here to march. We're here to march against the occupation that's going on in Gaza, the blockade, and we want the Netanyahu government. We have the call against the Netanyahu government to stop the right-wing politics and the agenda of occupying more and more Palestinian land, to stop the settlers from taking more land grabbing scheme, and reverting back to the 1967 agreement as regards Masjid al-Aqsa. So those are the demands, and to lift the blockade on Gaza and stop the bombardment of Gaza. So both sides need to stop fighting, and cessation of violence that needs to occur immediately. And US intervention is required because both Jewish and Palestinian lives are sacred, and we need to protect that.
Thank you.
Lots of thoughts. I'm amazed with so many people. I think it's brilliant to see everybody out here today.
Are you from London?
Yeah, definitely. South London, North London.
What is valuable for you today?
It's brilliant for me just to see so many different people, and also I was in Gaza with a theatre company in the 80s, and it just makes me feel really sad that things are so much worse there now than they were then.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. There we have a very, very emotional protester who was in Gaza in the 80s, came to share his thoughts here in this protest, almost in tears, calling it such a shame that we have to live today to see this.
It's been very overwhelming as we walked all the way from Marble Arch, from Hyde Park, that end, and everyone is thousands of people here, and there's been other media coverage as well. So yeah, it just feels really overwhelming at the moment.
The crowds have gathered here today to end the march and the protest in solidarity. There are many speeches by many communities, many leaders, many representatives here today marking the free justice for Palestine and marking how the basic human rights should be looked at acted upon for Palestine. We have gathered and seen the protests, how civilized and how each and every one is chanting that Palestine dwells in them. A day to take action, a day to stand together for an end to Israel's ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people and for the right of return for all exiled Palestinians. This is Sabia Khatun for VOD Talk in central London.